On 12 News, heartbreaking loss. A cousin remembers the young husband and father killed while changing a tire along Interstate 10 overnight. What charges the driver accused of hitting him now faces. Plus, breaking on 12 News, a Liberty County constable in handcuffs while wearing his uniform. More on the arrest and the charges this lawman is now facing is a story first reported on 12 News. And a Houston man sentenced for the beating death of his 3-year-old son from Jasper, angered over potty training. How much time he will now spend behind bars.
Live from Southeast Texas, 12 News at 5 starts now.
Tonight's top story, a Beaumont man charged with a fatal drunk driving accident remains in the Jefferson County Jail, held on bonds totaling $500,000. Kendrick McCloney is charged with intoxication manslaughter with bond of $250,000 and intoxication assault, that bond also for $250,000. Thanks for joining us for 12 News. I'm Erica Harris. According to police, McCloney struck and killed 25-year-old Clinton Meadows, who was changing a tire alongside Interstate 10 just before the Laurel Avenue exit. It happened around 10 last night. Meadows was a husband and father. 12 News reporter Ezzy Castro spoke to a family member of the victim. Ezzy, what did she say?
Erica, I reached out to Clinton Matthew Meadows' cousin on Facebook today. She told me this is a difficult time right now because Meadows is the second person in her family to die in a drunk driving crash. In the studio, Ezzy Castro, 12 News.
Thank you, Ezzy. Such a tragedy. We're breaking tonight. A Liberty County constable has been held on a $5,000 bond after charged with perjury. Liberty County Precinct 6 Constable John Joslin faces charges stemming from a sworn statement which Joslin told investigators that this man, Michael Gallegos, worked as a law enforcement jobs for him. If convicted, Joslin faces up to 1 year in jail or a fine up to $4,000. Well, new tonight, a Houston man has been sentenced to 60 years in prison after pleading guilty to beating and killing his 3-year-old son. Last summer, investigators say 24-year-old Anthony Powell beat his son, Tristan Jace, because the child was struggling with potty training and would repeatedly wet himself. At the time, the toddler was living with his mother and grandparents in Jasper. Powell was facing capital murder charges for the child's death. Well, breaking news tonight, a grand jury has indicted 2 anti-abortion activists who made videos against the organization Planned Parenthood. David Dalladin and Sandra Merritt have been indicted by the grand jury for tampering with a governmental record. Dalladin is also charged with a misdemeanor count related to purchasing human organs. The grand jury decided not to take any action against Planned Parenthood Gulf Coast. Be sure to check with 12newsnow.com for any new developments on this breaking story. We're new tonight. An injured bald eagle is on its way from Beaumont Animal Services to the Wildlife Center in Houston. The eagle was found today by 2 men in the 7,000 block of Hillbig Road. The eagle was in a field when Animal Services officers arrived. Animal Services says it may have hit a power line and had gone blind in one of its eyes. The bald eagle has been the national emblem of the United States since 1782. The early morning bomb threat that forced an evacuation of Beaumont's Central High School appears to be a hoax. The building was evacuated during first period as district and city police searched the building, but ultimately found no sign of any danger. School District Police Chief Rob Flores says the threat was made on social media before school started, and out of an abundance of caution, they staged a fire drill for the surge. After the search, the day continued as normal. Well, new developments. The Hampshire Finette coaches accused by some parents of using excessive exercise to punish children have been cleared of any criminal wrongdoing. Our partners at the Beaumont Enterprise report that the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office says there was no evidence to file criminal charges. A handful of parents filed grievances with the district 2 weeks ago, saying their children were forced to do an excessive amount of jump squats during athletic periods as a form of punishment. 3 parents say their teens hospitalized was caused by the excessive exercising. A Texas Department of Family and Protective Services investigation of the accusations ongoing tonight. Returning to our weather, if you're planning on going out tonight, Patrick, you might want to bring an umbrella just in case.
That's right. We are watching showers starting to pick up across the area. Nothing severe, and this is just going to be mainly rain from what I can tell. It's so cold and wet coming up tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Well, travel still impacted tonight following this weekend's East Coast snowstorm that is to blame for more than 30 deaths. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in New York with more on how airports, roads, and highways are trying to get back to normal.
Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Now to the race for the White House, where Texas Senator Ted Cruz has picked up a big conservative endorsement. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry endorsed Cruz today, saying he believes he is the candidate who will reignite the promise of America. Meanwhile, Democratic candidates Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and Martin O'Malley are making last-minute preparations ahead of tonight's town hall hosted by the Iowa Democratic Party and Drake University. We will have a complete recap tonight at 10 on 12 News.
Last 3 hours show showers, widely scattered showers moving up towards the north and east, but it looks like a wet day tomorrow and tonight. Your forecast just ahead.
Dangerous and desperate, how authorities describe 3 escaped prison inmates from California. New on how the inmates made their getaway.